Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Is Our Year, the Minnesota Football Show Season 3. Can you guys believe it that we're already on to our third season of Vikings talk as like
I cannot.
an organized thing
No,
here?
I know. It feels just like a couple of weeks ago we were just wrapping up season two.
Yeah, it does really just feel like that.
We did it.
Yeah,
We
time
did it. We
flies.
made
Here
it.
we go.
Who would have thought that we would
We
go
did
this
it.
far? I honestly didn't. But it's the start of the new league year, has been for a little bit. There's been some free agency stuff going on. So I guess that's really the most important thing. Not the only reason that we're here, but certainly important. Let's talk a little bit about some of these Vikings free agency moves. I'll be putting a ticker down at the bottom here. The Vikings free agency tracker. It's everything that the Vikings have on their website. Um, a lot of folks agreed to terms. Some coming back. I mean, obviously, some of our biggest signings include Byron Murphy, Marcus Davenport, and Josh Oliver. So let's get into it. Byron Murphy, cornerback. This is something that we've talked about. We knew we were going to need a cornerback. We're still going to need more, but he's a great start, and it seems like he's following in the footsteps of Patrick Peterson, making his way from the Cardinals to the Vikings.
Think he's going to wear number 7 too?
I do. Wasn't that his number in Arizona?
Yep.
He probably will. Unless, of course, he decides he wants number 0, which that's a new thing. Players can now wear number 0, except for O&D linemen, I believe.
So will they allow 00 then as well?
Well, see, that just opens up another can of worms. I mean, why not? To me, it seems like it was proposed and people were just like, well, okay, I guess I don't see a problem with players wearing 0.
But then can you wear like 05?
For me, I don't have a problem with 00, but I would have a problem with 05.
Or like 0 and then any other number? You can wear it 50. Why can't you wear it 05?
I guess no reason, really.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I hear you, but it does open up.
I can't worms, you're right.
Why do I feel that way? I don't know. How do you guys feel? Why do I feel that you can't wear 05?
Because it's the same thing as 5. You're looking at it on a, when you're choosing numbers, it's 1 through 99. Now it's 0 through 99. What it be 0 through 00? Is that how that would work?
Well, because it can't be 00 through 99, because that would imply that you can do 01, 02.
Yes.
So it has to be 0 through 00 if you're going to allow 00. But that isn't even a thing. That's not allowed, as far as we know. But it's like, when does it end? And not that it's a problem, because I think the whole point of this was, well, we're like, well, we don't really care what players wear, what number they want. But
personally, I think the 0 is stupid. I think it's stupid. It's a circle. With some teams and their jersey designs, it's just going to look like I'm thinking the Arizona Cardinals, because their numbers are very kind of flat and round. It's just going to be a circle on your jersey. There's no even the Vikings, theirs is so like blocky and it's just white. There's no like behind border to it. I'm thinking like, for instance, like the Broncos numbers, they're like white, but they have like the navy kind of border to them. The Vikings is just white 0. It's white circle.
Just a big white blob, which that leads to the question. Do you think the Vikings are going to get anybody taking the number 0 this year? Could be somebody changing their number. More than likely a rookie.
Yeah,
Probably. So I don't know. We haven't heard anything about it yet. So I guess only time will tell. So again, back to some of these guys who we signed. Outside linebacker Marcus Davenport, coming back from a down year. I believe he was injured playing with the Saints. But, I mean, kind of a short-term deal. high risk, hopefully a high ceiling player. Again, we still haven't heard anything more about Zadarius Smith. He's still a Viking.
Are they just going to play nice? I mean, so a holdout? I'm not quite sure. Probably
I guess
holdout,
there's a lot
right?
more. There's a lot more of the off season, so there's still a lot of time. I mean, the draft hasn't even happened yet. We could be looking at all kinds of drama. But I am surprised that nothing has come of it yet. We haven't heard that there's a resolution at all. So that would just lead me to believe that problems are still kind of stewing.
Yeah.
But anyway, Marcus Davenport should be a fine addition regardless if he can play anything like he did in 2021, which is pretty good. The other big signing in the first wave of free agency we had was tight end Josh Oliver. A lot of people are saying that this was a very bad signing. I don't know. It does seem like we overpaid for a blocking tight end, but he is one of the best blocking tight ends, and it also does seem like they're investing in blocking and freeing up TJ Hawkins.
Interesting. It's almost like they're building up for more of sort of like a ground and pound power running back type game. If only we had like a power running back in the roster, maybe one that just signed a 2-year extension.
Yeah, that's another thing. That was kind of a surprise too. I remember we posted about it, after Austin went to the Bears game, got a great video of Alexander Mattison running in a touchdown. I honestly didn't expect them to re-sign Alexander Mattison, but here we are. He's back. CJ Ham is back as well. That's who you were talking about. I know now. But no, it looks like with a lot of the offensive line included, it looks like pretty much everybody's coming back aside from Adam Thielen. Am I wrong?
Returning player? I mean, I think you go 13-4, you lose a couple key pieces in Kendricks and Pat Pete, Duke Shelley, Dalvin Tomlinson, but those are not huge holes to fill, especially with the youth on the team. I think we set the expectation high by going 13-4. Why not 14-3? Who says?
Right.
Who says, say, Austin? Do you say? Are you a naysayer? I'm looking at you smirking.
No, I think the thing is, I agree. I think we're kind of really looking at the team under a spotlight right now and trying to figure out, okay, we had a very successful season, but we also have an aging team. What can we do to best get our team financially and also on field wise able to grow? And especially with the pocket and window that we have right now with the division, it's kind of, I think it's day by day it's becoming more apparent that it's we better move now before our time really hits us. So no, I agree. I think we're making these interesting moves that we kind of were hot takes maybe last season to happen, bringing up the losing of Adam Thielen, hometown hero, or is Alexander Mattison going to get a contract extension and have a spot that looks, I wouldn't say right, maybe a week ago I would have said it more, that looks more stable than our head running back. No, but it's just, I don't know. It's who's going to rock the boat now. That's what I feel like we're at in this point with the Vikings. It's an interesting time. We're seeing, like you said, we just let a tight end go, but then we just sign a high-end blocking tight end. It's a weird time to be watching this Vikings team in this front office, especially because I feel like in the first season, we didn't know what they were capable of or what their goals were. It almost felt like that. It almost feels like this is more of a first year for a front office than last year was, even though we're going into year 2.
Right. No, you're totally right about that. Again, like we've talked about, it seems like maybe last year was, see what the problem was, try to run as much back as possible. Even these old players, especially the hometown heroes, if we can make it work with them, then great. And if we can't, well, Kwesi, you gave it a try our way. Now we're ready to let you do it your way. And also, I guess we're not bringing everybody back, though. Irv Smith was not a key piece of the offense last season. He did sign a 1-year deal with the Bengals, and honestly, I think that's a really good fit. Who was their tight end last year? Was
I think
it?
it's going to give him opportunity.
It wasn't Hurst, was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
Hurst is
And
now
CJ Uzama.
He was the year before.
Yeah, that's who it was. Was he?
Oh,
I felt like he was
no.
last year too.
Yeah, because Uzama ended up on the Jets with Conklin, and Conklin actually ended up making a little bit more of a.
So it was primarily Hayden Hurst then, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting for Irv Smith to see what kind of an impact he can make as a tight end 1, because it seems like he will be the tight end 1 over there. Going to get a few more opportunities. So good for him. Who else? Duke Shelley, unfortunately, did not get re-signed by the Vikings, and neither did Patrick Peterson. If I remember right, last time, Carrie, I mean, you even said that we're definitely going to re-sign Patrick Peterson now, right? But that didn't happen.
That's what I thought. I mean, I think as soon, yeah, I don't know. I would have hoped to see him stick around, honestly. He's got the C on his chest.
He does. I don't know. It is part of this whole shedding age and not holding on to the past. I do get that, but also he's still a good player, and I would have loved to see them make it work, but it also kind of looks like they're playing Moneyball a little bit. Other than that, Eric Kendrick signed with the Chargers, and Adam Thielen signed with the Panthers. Cameron Dantzler was claimed by the Commanders. Just looking at some more stuff down there. We re-signed Greg Joseph and Andrew DePaula, which...
So, Greg Joseph, what's going to happen there?
I mean, they got to bring somebody else in for competition, right?
They got it, right?
I'm just not convinced that he's necessarily our best long-term option. I mean, it's a 1-year deal. I was a little bit just surprised to see them bring him back, though. But I guess
Austin,
if they want the
face.
option for consistency.
Sad face, Austin?
No, I'm fine with it. I don't mind Greg Joseph. I saw some things I liked last year from him, and I saw some things I need him to improve on. But I think the NFL is so quick to just stop building or putting money or investing in a kicker, especially early on in your career, that I think we've seen a lot of good things from him, and we just need a little more time. So I'm fine with the 1-year extension. Let's see how he plays, especially with bad luck that we had with kickers in Minnesota.
Austin, you're having some major audio problems, but
Oh no.
it just kind of chippy throughout.
Yep, I was gonna say.
But anyway, I mean, just looking down here at our O-line, we re-signed Austin Schlottman, Oli Udo. We gave Bradbury an extension, which was a bit of a surprise as well.
Yeah, I love it.
I think, honestly, consistency on this offensive line might make all the difference, because when was the last time we have had that?
Well, I'd be curious to find out the last time that we had the same starting O-line 2 years in a row. I mean, right guard is probably going to change.
Right.
I don't think Ed Ingram's going to start off this season.
Was that Oli Udo at right guard last year?
Yeah, Udo and then Ed Ingram to start this season, I think.
Right. Yep, Ed Ingram. That was who it was.
So I assume we're going to find someone else to take that role, so maybe he wouldn't be.
Maybe. I mean, I know that there's also that second-year jump that comes for a lot of players, so you would expect
just like 4 out of the 5 O-line positions. That's insane. That's insane. I feel like the Vikings have never kept more than 2 or 3 guys from season to season on the O-line.
And the depth as well. We kept like the backup players.
Blake Brandel.
Yep. Yeah, it's that's pretty cool. I do like what they're doing as far as keeping the offense together and kind of just doing not necessarily a clean sweep on defense, but certainly open to all options, especially younger options. So definitely I'm excited to see what else comes of that.
Yeah. Free agency.
Yep, free agency. That's where we are at now. So I think now would probably be a good time to move on to the main event of our show today. Today we are giving you guys our QB tier rankings. So we will share that screen here.
I think probably if I had to think, the best way to do this is we take turns.
Okay, take turns, and then what? We just kind of
we can talk about it, or we can make fun of you for your decision, try and convince you otherwise.
Okay, yeah. I mean, let's come to these decisions as a group, yeah? For the most part.
Yeah. We could go one at a time.
Part, but when it comes down to it, when it's your turn, you get final say.
Yeah. Yep. What inspired me is you see all these videos. I don't know if they've been popping up on your recommendations at all, but the president's making random tier lists, but it's AI generated.
Speaking of that, I've been seeing a lot more AI presidents. Like I've been seeing presidents gaming together.
Yeah. I see a lot of them doing random tier lists, and one of them was doing quarterbacks, and one of them they did a 2018 NFL redraft, and it was so bad because Cleveland had picked 1 and 4. I think first overall they took Lamar Jackson, and that was Joe Biden's pick. And then for the 4th pick, it cycled back to Biden again, and he took Baker Mayfield. He's like, "Oh, you're telling me that wouldn't be explosive?"
I love Biden's always such a noob in those things.
Austin, how you doing, pal?
We don't hear you at all. Nope, still nothing, man. How about now? Well, keep working on it. I guess we'll check in with you every once in a while, see if you
feel free to kind of
Yeah. So I guess let's just do this thing, huh? Carrie, why don't you start? This is your idea. So
okay. Are we gonna go right down the row here?
Why not? Here, let's take a look at all of our quarterbacks we've got here. There's a few unfamiliar faces. So
yeah, who are those guys, Mike?
Who is this guy? Let's see.
I'm just kidding. That Panthers jersey, that's the guy they just drafted.
Is that Hendon Hooker?
No, the guy to the right of Joe Burrow. That's
they didn't draft any. Let's see.
That's
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna say we should do best 2 out of 3 to see if it locks in the position, and just instead of one person saying it.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Who is this guy?
Who are we looking at?
In the
right, Joe Burrow.
Panthers?
Okay, because we got. I don't know who this guy is.
That's Desmond Ridder.
Yep, Desmond Ridder there. This is Will Levis. Sam Howell.
Yep.
This is Hendon Hooker.
Yes. Orange tie.
Yep. This is Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Does that make – and there's Bryce Young, yeah?
Yeah.
So who is this guy?
We don't know. Who cares?
Well, okay, I guess. Well, let's see. There's a few
Matt
names.
Corral.
What?
Matt Corral out of Ole Miss. They drafted him. I think he's a rookie this past year.
Why did I think that he was a college QB and that was like a
third round pick
uniform? Okay, cool. Good to know.
There he is.
All right. So are we going down the line?
Or
Yep.
you can just grab somebody maybe.
All right, cool.
Down
Easy
the
enough. Let's start with Josh Allen. Where's he going, boys?
I have a hot take.
Yeah.
I do not put Josh Allen in the S tier. I think he's the first one to go into the A tier. I have 3 guys I put in the S tier. The reason Josh Allen is not in the S tier for me is he's in a much harder conference, and there's 2 other guys in that conference that have proven more in their time in the NFL than Josh Allen has. I think he's
but the
he's the top 4 QB for me. I put him at number 4. I think there's 3 better QBs in the league right now that are in a better system to win. And no disrespect to Josh Allen, I mean, still he is still a favorite to make an appearance at a Super Bowl. But there's 2 other people in his conference that beat him out. He's not even in the top 2 best QBs in the AFC.
Well, I guess if we think about this as going into next year, right?
Yeah, I'm going
I'm
into next
looking-
year using last year a little bit.
Right, of
And
course, you got to
every-
use the past to help educate on the future. But by the way, your audio is so much better, Austin.
Thank
yes,
you.
wonderful work.
Yes, great job.
So you're saying, Austin, you're saying Josh Allen's top 4.
I say he's number 4. Yes.
He's number 4.
Number 4. Yes.
Well, I'll
Okay,
add on
I
to
don't
that.
want to
I think
reveal
the
the
Bills
top
are due
3
for some
yet.
regression this year. Josh Allen's kind of
agree.
gone through it. He kind of wasn't exactly the same after he hurt his arm. So for that reason, I don't put him in that top tier.
Okay, yeah, maybe you're right there, but borderline.
Agree with you.
absolutely.
Borderline.
I agree
Borderline.
with
Yes.
you. He's going to be the first in A tier.
And that's what I
who's
said.
a better runner, him or Mahomes?
Him.
I would say the difference between him and Mahomes with running, I think Josh Allen is harder to take down than Mahomes, but I think Mahomes is more versatile on the run and he has more
Okay.
tricks up his sleeve.
You can put him in A tier for now, but if Joe Burrow goes in S tier, I think that's a mistake.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Here.
And with that, I believe my turn's next. I want to put Joe Burrow in S tier.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I'm with you there. I mean, he's maybe the best passer in the league, and that is what matters most.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh Allen's better overall. He's got the running element.
Joe Burrow's done more, though, in his short time in the NFL than Josh Allen has.
I suppose Joe Burrow
And
has
he's
been
already
kinda
done
getting
it coming
killed.
off of an injury. Like Mikey
He has
said,
no
he had this
O-line.
elbow injury. He didn't bounce. He bounced good off of it, but not as good as Joe Burrow did coming off of what was it, the ACL tear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, Joe Burrow's been to a Super Bowl.
This bothers me.
I think Joe Burrow's team is getting better than the Bills are going into this next season.
But Joe Burrow is going to be the bottom of S tier.
Yes, he's my number 3.
Okay. But to me, it's
Hey,
almost
you know
a
what?
tie.
If we place them somewhere, we can place everybody, and we can move people around later. So
All right, fine.
let's move on. All right.
So now I'm up, or
I haven't gone yet. Well, I don't know.
wait,
I thought Josh Allen was you.
Josh Allen was Carey.
We were just going down the line. Why don't you pick one, Carey?
Okay.
Baker Mayfield. Is it just A, B, C, D?
Yeah. I wish there was an F, but yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
for
wish there
Baker,
was
but
like a basement tier or like a S word tier.
I think that's
Put it-
D.
Down a D.
I put him top of D. Yep.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
I think he has
guess-
potential to get into C, but he's just had a lot of bad luck.
Not much more to say there on that. Who is this guy? This is
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral. We were just talking about that.
Can we also put Matt Corral at D?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't
I don't know if he's actually started yet.
exactly. So he can't be any higher than that, and he's not projected to start.
Yeah.
D
so-
for a don't know.
Exactly. Let's just rattle through some of these. Derek Carr. C?
I got him at C.
B.
I pick C also. We got 2 C's and a B. For now, he's in C, if that's all right.
I think he has less weapons than what he had in LA, but he might have a better O-line. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
not a lot
Dak
of hope.
Prescott. Dak's a B.
You got him at B. I think he's one of the higher Bs too.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got a high ceiling, but also, we look at, got to consider last year, all those interceptions.
Yep.
Despite
I
not
think
playing in like a lot of the games.
No, I agree. And I think I think the hype train for Dak Prescott is starting to descend. Because I feel like for the last couple of years, everybody's been really hot on Dak Prescott. And I think after this last season, with him not being able to do anything in the playoffs, I think people are starting to maybe wonder if the hype was real.
Right.
But still, I think he has potential. We know he has a cannon, and we know he can put up insane amount of stats in one season. It's just I just need to see him win.
Exactly. Until I don't see. To me, it's not possible that he is an A tier this year.
No.
I mean, he could prove me wrong, but there's nothing that he's done to give himself an A tier. I think B is right and probably a little bit generous.
I think B's right.
I think B's right. I think he needs to study if this is actual like what grade you're gonna get. I think he's kind of coasting by, not doing all his homework, waiting until the next day to do it at like morning lunch.
We said, well, man, if you're gonna be an NFL quarterback, you got to be ready to put in the work.
You got to be ready to put in the work.
All right, Andy Dalton. Where are we putting him? He's somewhere in C or D.
I put him in D because there's a good chance he might not be the starter.
Yeah, I think he's done. D for done.
Oof.
I think his days in this league starting are done. Go ahead and put him above Matt Corral, though.
Who did he sign with?
Panthers. That's why Adam Thielen. That was another reason Adam Thielen wanted to go there.
Or no, Panthers, yeah. Look at all those Panthers quarterbacks in D.
Honestly, I think we could also put Sam Darnold in D as well. I don't think anybody's.
Darnold, yeah, he's probably above Corral as well. He started over him.
Yeah.
Is he above Baker is the question, and is he above Andy Dalton?
I still put Baker at the top just because Baker,
now, right?
Baker's done more than the other two. Maybe not as much as Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton's played so long, but Baker's just had better luck.
In San Fran, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Darnold is in San Fran. And where's Baker at?
Carolina still, but rumors are Tampa Bay. Or no, Baker's a free agent, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was going to say he didn't go back to.
I feel like he got signed.
LA.
No, he's with the Bucks.
Not yet, though.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, really? That happened?
Should we move Baker up to C?
Yes.
I think if he went to the Bucks, there's a good chance he's going to be starting QB.
I think that's fair.
And I think, honestly, he might have some of his better weapons he's had in his entire career there.
Honestly, if you look at the end of his season last year, he played pretty well.
Yeah, he for the amount of time he played, he still almost outperformed Justin Fields.
But Tampa, that's official? I thought that was just a rumor.
No, I think that's official. I mean, let's see. Baker Mayfield. Yeah, he's well, I guess maybe it's not official, but I believe that he it's agreed on. I think we can assume he's going to be a Buccaneer.
Hefty humor.
Moving on.
Yep.
Danny Dimes.
Danny.
I put him at C, but at the top of C.
C. I maybe put him in a B tier.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. He needs one more year of Dable. If he has another great year under Dable, then I put him on B tier. But right now, it's top of C tier.
You know what? That's fair. Austin, do you feel that way as well?
Yeah, I put him on the top of C. I mean, the reason I would want to put him in as B is because he did get a playoff win. He beat us. But when me and you were talking about it later, Mikey, we looked at the stats, and it's just he's not having B tier stats. I mean, he's able to win, and I think that's why I would keep him at the top, tippity top of C tier, because he's able to win for what he can do.
QB wins are not a QB stat.
No, they're not.
No, but it matters.
They matter, but they're not a stat.
No. So if we're comparing wins, that I don't think we should be doing that. But I would rather put him.
No, but you got to compare playoff, and I mean it's clock management as the QB. You run the game, and I mean there's times where your performance is really dictating how the team's going to do. And that's why I mean Dak Prescott. That's why we didn't put him in A, is because we agreed he just hasn't been able to win. So
well, that's not the only reason we didn't put him at A.
No,
yeah, he can't run anymore.
No. And honestly, like we said, B, it's probably right, but to me it feels a little bit generous just to go back to Dak. Let's move on though. We've got a lot of QBs to sort through. Justin Fields, and I think this one is going to be a doozy. I put him in B.
I do not. He had such a bad season. He's not even a good QB.
Bottom of B.
No, I won't even put him at bottom of
B. I think he's definitely a B. You look at that.
Daniel Jones had a better season.
He was able to do
for literally the same stats. It's just he can't pass the ball. Why are we putting him in B tier for a QB when he can't pass the ball?
The leg talent. The arm is raw, but the arm will develop.
And here's the thing.
No, it won't. The question is we're going into his third year, and he has not answered a single question besides the fact that he can run the ball. And he's playing the QB position.
Austin,
we have so many other
electricity.
Austin, he can also throw deep. The thing where he
can't. He threw deep like once or twice, and now everyone thinks he can throw deep.
For just a minute. Where he needs work is the checkdowns and the short passes. He can pass deep. He has had no receivers. That's changing. Okay? I put him in a B tier.
I think if he's on the LA Chargers, they go to the Super Bowl.
No.
Carrie,
don't
say that. Not Chargers. Sorry, not Chargers. I meant to say Raiders.
They don't have an offensive line. The Raiders don't have an offensive line, and that's been his whole problem in Chicago.
But he'll have weapons to pass to on the Raiders.
But I mean, still, he needs to. We've already learned in his first 2 years, if he's getting rushed, if he's getting pressure, he's not good under pressure. He hasn't been given that time. That was what the whole first year of his career was his main problem. Second year, they invested a little bit in the offensive line and tried to give him more space, and he still didn't have any improvement. So I don't know. That's my whole thing is he's going in. If this was going into his second year, I would understand putting him at B because it's like, yeah, he had such upside in his first year, but in his second year, he's a utility QB at best. He's probably going to be a QB like Taysom Hill. It would be better if they could actually get a guy who can clock manage and play the game. I mean, you guys can. I think you guys both want him in B, but I'm saying it. Justin Fields is a bottom third QB in the NFL.
Carrie B.
Lamar Jackson, for the Lamar Jackson level leg talent, rushing ability, I put him at bottom of B.
Yep.
The very bottom, though, and I don't think anybody should go over him.
Yep, I'm fine with that. Geno Smith.
Justin Fields is trash.
Okay, you keep saying that.
I do want one more year. If he plays another year.
No, I agree. He gets one more year, but if he can't throw over 2,500 yards, you can't. He's not an NFL QB. He had 17 touchdowns last year to 11 interceptions. That's not good. His passing rating was 85. That's trash. His passer rating the year before was 73.
Well, the way we're ranking a lot of these quarterbacks, Dak Prescott was pretty trash last year too, but these are B rankings. The only thing that's really going to be good is an A ranking. You know?
No, B is good.
B isn't good enough. Like Dak Prescott, you just said it. He wasn't good enough. Really,
but he got to the playoffs.
Good enough are going to be in A's and S's.
I think we're going to keep him there, but I think you got to throw more than 20 touchdowns to get in the B at least.
Or rush for a historic amount.
Yeah, but your team still came in last place.
That's not his fault.
It's not.
He didn't help, though. He didn't help.
They put up 35 points, and their defense lets up 38. Let's move on. Geno Smith. Where's he going?
I would sandwich him right between Dak and Justin Fields.
I'm thinking B as well. I mean, He did enough to earn a contract extension. I guess so did Daniel Jones, and maybe we're not being nice enough to Daniel Jones here, but I don't know. Geno's a good quarterback. He is accurate. He played very well for the Seahawks. I
Yeah,
think.
now I'm starting to feel weird about Daniel Jones.
Should Daniel Jones be a B tier?
We can't put him in B. You got to even it out. There's going to be just because you feel bad, you got to keep him down there.
Well, it's not feeling bad. It's about this was maybe graded incorrectly. Let's add a few more quarterbacks and we'll circle back to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Jared
Goff, I put in B. The team is working. He's got weapons that go well, and he's playing some of the better football of his career.
He does exactly what he needs to do.
Put him in between Geno and Justin?
I would put him above Dak. I think he's a better fit for his team, and he's overall better.
I mean, honestly,
actually, I think right there works, Mikey. I think right there in between Dak.
I'm kind of thinking that too. I mean, it's pretty close with these guys.
It is pretty close.
Whatever. Like it's not going to be exactly perfect because first of all, there's the three of us. We're not all going to 100% agree on all of the order. So really, this is just kind of fudging it a little bit here. Taylor Heineke, who is a Falcon now, I believe.
I'd put him at D because his future still isn't clear. We don't know if he's even going to be.
Put him in between Derek Carr and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was thinking bottom of C, like after Baker, just because of the uncertain future. It's more uncertain than Baker's future, but a little bit more certain than Andy Dalton. You know,
but if we're just going on like, is he better than Baker? Yes.
Is he though?
Is he? He may have a game or two that's better than Baker, but he'll also have two horrendous games right after.
Yeah, I put him just one below Baker.
Yeah. Pretty close, though. Okay, here's where I think we're going to get into another debate.
Here we go. Justin Herbert, I'm going to throw him an A.
I'd say A.
Okay. But I don't know if a lot of people, he may end up being bottom of A.
Yeah, I could see that. I would agree. He's probably going to be bottom of A.
At the end of this. I mean, we'll have to see how it all shakes out, but by the end of this, he may end up at the bottom of A tier. Who knows?
I don't know. I think possibly, like, if we were to save this for the end of the season, end of next season, he could have a big jump. I think he could.
He very well could, but people thought that jump was going to be this year. People thought this was going to be the MVP year. I did too. I drafted him in fantasy. I thought this was supposed to be it.
Yeah, I don't know. For now, I guess I'm good. I'm good with him right here.
Yep. All right, we're putting the rookies where?
Hendon Hooker, he's a C. You're not bad enough to have earned a D, but you've done nothing to earn better than a C.
Yep. Sam
Howell?
Yeah,
Sam Howell. I don't know. I guess he's probably better than Matt Corral, right? But who did Washington just sign? Did they just sign somebody?
No.
I'm not too sure.
Oh, they signed Jacoby Brissett. That was who it was. Yep, I did see they signed someone, and it was Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
the big one.
Go Matt Corral, right behind Darnold, sure.
Yeah, I guess whatever. Who cares with some of these low-tier guys?
Okay, here's
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, I put at number 2. He's the best QB in his conference, and I think he's going to have another really almost surefire kind of year to run in the playoffs.
I mean, I think so too. I remember his rookie season when he came in toward the end of the season, and he showed a lot of great flashes. He didn't play for a super long time, but his accuracy as far as passing wasn't quite there, and people were saying, "Oh, he's not a real QB." This same narrative that goes on with a few QBs, not going to name any names.
So is he going to have a MVP season this year now that he has A down for the whole year?
I don't know.
And pretty much the same O-line?
Well, I think he's going to be able to run it back a bit, yeah.
I think that, I have trouble believing that their offense is going to change all that much over in the Eagles.
Wait,
but it
Philly
looks like
lose
they
their
have a lot
OC?
over on defense.
Philly lost their OC, right?
They lost their OC and their DC.
Well, I guess That doesn't I'm not talking about like a Super Bowl. I think Jalen Hurts, if he has the same pieces around him like he did last year, but he has AJ Brown for the whole year this year, yikes. I think that might be an MVP season.
He had AJ Brown the whole year last year.
No, he did not.
Wasn't he?
I did. I had
draft
AJ
day
Brown in my
trade?
fantasy.
Yeah, he wasn't.
only-
He wasn't traded in the middle of the season. It was draft day because
Oh
Vrabel was
yeah,
upset about it.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're just going into year 2,
Maybe
so
I don't know.
I'm confident with it. I think they're going into year 2. They have great chemistry.
Okay.
In my opinion, it's the scariest wide out QB duo right now in the league.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
sure.
you got to worry about so many different things with through the air, on the ground, and then when AJ does get the ball in his hands, he's a tough guy to bring down.
I think they're one Jalen Reagor away from a Super Bowl. Trade him back.
You should see if they'll trade for him.
Which Brendan Powell, special teams guy, we're for sure cutting or trading Jalen Reagor, right?
I don't think we're going to. I could be wrong. I don't think we will. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's not. I don't know.
I think he's going to be a part of a future Dalvin Cook
for the
deal.
start of the
That's just
season.
me.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I think he's going to be a part of a future Dalvin Cook deal, but that's just me.
Entirely possible. Let's move
Okay.
on to Jimmy G.
Put right under Daniel Jones.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, I think that's about right. Again, This just makes me think that maybe Daniel Jones should be a B tier. I just think he's better than these guys, and I don't really even. I know we looked at the stats, but I don't know.
Is he better than Justin Fields though?
Yes.
No.
Yes. He can
I know you're
throw
gonna
and he
say
can
that.
still run. Justin Fields can just run.
Well, can Daniel Jones really throw except for against the Vikings?
No, he can throw. Maybe he's not getting touchdowns, but he can throw. He had a good team.
I don't think
He played
anybody
in the
had
hardest
Daniel
division.
Jones in our 12-person league last year. I'm pretty sure he remained a free agent the entire year. Just no one wants him.
I mean, that's just. I mean, he doesn't put up numbers. I know fantasy isn't everything. In fact, it's like nothing to these people. But like,
He wins.
he does, but so does Jimmy G. And I do think he's better than Jimmy G. But do you see what I'm saying? Where like, I think part of the reason that I maybe want him above this Jimmy G, Derek Carr group is that he's just younger.
Let's just wait. Let's wait until this we haven't had the B tier grow at all. Let's wait until the B tier gets a little bit more thick, and then we can actually start comparing.
All right. Here we go, baby.
And before we go on this next one, I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
So we are beginning a new season, which means we get the very first "This is our year," and we are about to discuss the QB Kirk Cousins. What is one thing that we can all agree that Kirk Cousins historically has been really good at? His completion percentage, right? So last year, Kirk Cousins had over 424 completions. But that doesn't matter because that's not the question I'm asking you guys. I'm asking you, how many completions did our backup QB, Nick Mullins, have last season? Now, I have a number 1 through 10 in my head. Mikey, you can guess first because you were so gracious to host the season last year to see if you get the first. I'm sorry, you lost, Carrie. But, Mikey, you can guess the number 1 through 10.
Well, I'm going to say number 8 for our starting QB, Kirk Cousins. 8 is my number.
Okay, Carrie, do you want to pick a number?
4.
Okay, Mikey, you get to go first. It was 7. You were closer.
Nice. So is it the same rules as last year? I can defer the question, or do I
if you want to, yes, you can defer. How many
was
completions?
that not the question? I'm confused.
How many completions were? Well, Mikey, yeah. If he wants to defer, he can.
The question is
Oh!
a number.
How many completions did Nick Mullins have last season?
How many completions? Wow. Okay.
I thought we were guessing. I was gonna say, Mikey, 8 is way too high.
Is it though? I don't know that it is too high. I'm gonna go with 9.
9. Carrie? Mikey, is that your final guess?
I'm locked in. That's my final guess.
Locked in at 9. Carrie?
I'm thinking about when Kirk may have had to come out. I know he got banged up on one play and had to come out. There's no way it's that high. I'm thinking 5.
Is that your final guess?
That's the final answer, Austin.
Wow. Both of you are off, but Mikey, congratulations. You get the first point. Nick Mullins had 21 completions last season.
Yeah.
He played in a total of 3 games. There was you forgot there was one game that it was at the end of the season where I think it was like one of the games when we got knocked out, and he actually came in and played a decent chunk of the last half. And then you were right, Carrie, there was a game where he came out just for one play, he made a completion. And then I believe there was another game earlier in the year where he had like 5 other completions. So 21 completions out of 25 attempts.
You know, I was honestly thinking about going higher than that, but also knowing, Carrie, that you were so hesitant about even going up to 8, you know. I was able to play it a little bit safer. And, you know, since I won, I kind of wish that I would have gone higher. My gut said 17.
I would have been a really good guess.
Yeah.
I think that was almost how many he had in I think it was like one game he had 15, then 5 and 1.
Hey, good question. Good first question, Austin.
Nice. Ooh,
Nice.
You got the tracker. Good.
Yeah. All right. So,
All right, get that off the screen. We don't need to see that anymore.
okay. So, let's go back to our tier maker here. Kirk Cousins, our boy.
I hate to do it, but I say B. I say B tier.
I think top of B.
I think so too.
I would say top, or maybe there's one other QB I'd put above him in there. But yeah, I think he's there's one other QB I put above him that we just haven't got to yet for B tier.
Of these QBs, though,
I do think he's really good. He has a high potential. But there's still some things that we're unsure about right now in Minnesota.
That is true. And, you know, I think Kwesi said it this offseason. Kirk Cousins is good enough to get the job done. Mm-hmm. But it's also very telling. We didn't even talk about this. Allegedly, Kirk Cousins offered to take a discount on an extension and was denied by the Vikings brass.
Shout out to Kwesi, man. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he's not playing around. I mean, maybe we'll see if that sentiment is still there after a successful season. If he really just wants to keep playing for the Vikings and we don't have a QB, like a young one, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now, it's looking a lot like this is going to be his last season with the Vikings.
I think so. You know, end of an era. But speaking of, we do have a lot left, and it is a little overwhelming to look at. Can we throw all the rookies in C tier?
Yeah.
And then, Will Levis. And those guys aren't in any order.
Also, there's a couple QBs like Matt Ryan.
Throw Desmond Ridder in D tier because, you know, approaching second year, but he hasn't played yet, just like those other guys.
You could also put Davis Mills in D tier and Ridder Matt Ryan.
A little bit, right?
Mills.
Matt Ryan and Davis Mills are right next to each other.
I think Mills is a D tier also.
I agree.
He had starting experience though. Put him behind Sam Darnold.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
Matt Ryan.
I would honestly throw Matt Ryan above Sam Darnold.
I mean,
okay, I don't care. I mean, these aren't any guys that I want on my team.
Didn't Matt Ryan retire?
No,
not yet.
Unfortunately, he got released. So,
and then Kyle, is that Kyle Trask right next to Trey Lance?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Kyle throw him down there too.
He hasn't started at all. I don't know, like there.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't care. And honestly, Jordan Love, throw him.
No. I would put Jordan Love at C.
Evaluate him. Okay, we got to throw some more of these rookies down here. All right.
I would
There,
put
now that's
Jordan
cleaned
Love
up
at
a little
C
bit.
tier. We just have not seen enough from him to put him in D. And honestly, he's going to get his starting chance. I don't think he's D material.
We have not seen enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, I would put him
above
honestly.
Baker.
I'd put him above. I would put him maybe above Baker. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Probably above Derek
Carr
Carr.
at least has experience.
Yeah,
so
no, not above Derek Carr. Derek Carr, I still think can do magical things with the Saints.
I do too. Now,
Okay.
Kyler Murray, I would put in between Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott. He had
I
a
agree.
down year, but his running ability, and he does have an ability to throw the ball. It's just, but you just got to
agree.
stay off that cod.
Yeah, no, it is a fact. On a double XP weekend, he plays worse. All right. Lamar Jackson, I give him an A. I think
I put him in between Allen and Herbert.
I think so too. I probably don't put him above Allen right now, but I could also see him putting him just below Herbert. Like they're really close. I don't know which guy I'd rather have. I mean, Herbert for the sake of age, but
MVP and sake of mobility.
True. That is true. I mean, he's still one of the best runners.
I think that's a good spot.
In history. So yeah, I hope he can do even more. Mm-hmm. Mac Jones, he's the dirtiest player in the game.
I put him under the rookies. Under the rookies.
You think so?
I
put
think
him above Jordan Love. Are you kidding me? Above Jordan Love.
Is he better? Yeah, he's better than Baker too. And he's probably better than Derek Carr. What do they have? Matt Patricia calling their offense?
Yeah, no, put him above Derek Carr.
I'll let you guys have it.
Still
I don't have a lot of faith in Mac Jones anymore.
No, it's hard. He had a great rookie season, but
see, now I don't feel so bad for Daniel Jones being in C tier because look at all those people he's above.
You're right. You're right.
All right.
Okay, do we even have to question? I think we just know where he goes.
Right, of course. No,
he's still too raw.
He's the number one guy, right? Still?
Yeah, he's the consensus number one, yeah.
Right. Yep. There's been nothing to say that he shouldn't be. So
guys, I actually feel pretty okay about this list.
So far.
Me too.
I think we have a couple more that are debating. Ooh, Kenny Pickett, I put at the top of D.
Ooh,
no.
That's where I put him.
Good. He's not good, but
I'll put him above the rookies in C. I don't put him in D.
I'd put him even above Jordan Love.
No, he had a really bad season. He did not play well, and that's why I want to put the rookies even above him. Is just because I feel like going into year 2, I have more confidence in a few of these rookies than I do Kenny Pickett.
I don't know anything about really any of these rookies, and I think
what we should do.
I know his first couple of games, he threw like 7 interceptions in his first 2 games in the league.
I don't think he broke 10 touchdowns.
No.
Gentlemen, I think you know who we need on the horn right now?
Who?
Diehard Steelers fan.
No, we cannot trust him. He's going to want to put him in A tier.
I'm going to see if
Kenny Pickett threw 9 interceptions and 7 touchdowns last year. I think he's top of D. He can't even break 10 touchdowns.
This is Gunner's chance to get on the show.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
He also had a completion rating under 80.
Is he coming?
We can try. He might call back. Who knows?
Okay, so let's push him aside. Let's move him down the line a little bit. How about Brock Purdy?
I put him at the bottom of. I put him above Justin Fields. He did more. I've seen more out of him that impressed me than Justin. Honestly, I put him above Geno Smith too.
I'll put him above Geno. I think he's earned that.
Honestly, when I made my list today, I just put down 49ers QB room in B. It didn't matter who they have starting. It's just they're going to be good. It's a QB proof system.
Yeah. Rodgers.
I actually put Rodgers in A tier. I think he got on a better team system. We know what he's capable of, and I think it's a harder conference, but I just have faith in kind of his performance with the Jets.
Bottom of the A's, though, I think.
Yep, I had him at literally. I had him one above Kirk Cousins.
Because I think it's hard.
One above. I have him two above Kirk Cousins because I have one other person above Kirk.
It's hard to say as a Vikings fan, even as a Vikings fan, that Kirk Cousins is truly better than Aaron Rodgers. Because
What'd we do? Put him in A tier?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
At the bottom?
Yep.
I think that's good. He's regressing.
He is regressing.
And honestly, I have nobody left for the A or S tier now.
I think that's also a good take.
Okay. Russell Wilson.
I put Russ either bottom of C tier or top of D tier.
Ooh.
Whoa, no.
I put him in C. He's solidly a C tier.
Right after Derek Carr.
Honestly, I'd put him almost after Tyler. Yeah, I'd put him.
I would say even before Derek Carr.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like here?
When you're talking
Do we want to put him before Derek Carr? Derek Carr is getting a new offense and a new everything. Russell Wilson has to play with the same.
Getting a legendary head coach. I think that's going to help.
Take that back, Mikey.
I hate him, but I mean,
he's not legendary. He's not legendary.
Okay.
One Super Bowl win on a horrible season that they got.
That's true.
And they broke the rules.
So.
But is Russ better than Mac Jones?
That's where it gets.
I thought we put Mac Jones. I agree. I think we put Mac Jones and Russ too high. That's just what I'm going to say.
I think Mac Jones is perfect where he is, but I think Russ belongs right behind Jimmy G.
Ooh, really? I don't know.
No, I think going off of the last, I think Russ, if it was Russ 3 or 4 years ago, I would put him higher, but this is Russ now. He's an aged, smaller QB. Had a hard time throwing enough touchdowns this year.
I wish we had one more year of him in Denver, and then we'd really be able to tell if he actually does suck at this point or if it was just a bad year.
I'm sorry. Can we take these rookie QBs out of here? Because they don't mean anything to us. I don't know.
Here we go, baby. Kenny Pickett time.
They're going to be the stars, but okay.
But we got him?
Here we go. Yep. Gunner,
but he's
you are live.
Unreliable
this
source.
Is our year, a Minnesota football show.
Oh man.
We are doing a QB tier ranking.
Okay.
We don't know where to put Kenny Pickett. So give us the case for Kenny Pickett.
I think I saw a stat on Twitter, and I don't know how accurate it is, but I think the stat was in Kenny Pickett's first year, he had a better passer rating than Joe Burrow got injured, but than Joe Burrow's first full season, and I believe Josh Allen's first full season. So I would say that Kenny's got a big upside as far as where he's at now. Can you zoom in? Can I see that?
Yeah, here, let me flip you around, pal.
Sure. Oh, boy. I would say right now, Kenny's a C-tier quarterback, I think.
Okay, would you put him better than Jimmy G, better than Dangerous Wilson, better than Derek Carr?
Better than Russ. Better than Russ.
Really? The current Russ.
I think the current Russ, where he's at, I mean, last year, I have no reason to believe that.
Austin's shaking his head.
I have no reason to believe that Kenny Pickett, and it could just be because of offensive, the receiver talent with Deontay and Pickens. But I don't know. I like him better than Russ personally. I do.
Austin, what is that you're flashing on the screen? His stats.
His touchdown to interception ratio.
7 touchdowns to 9 picks.
Hey,
his completion percentage was 63%. I don't think that's any
completion.
Gunner, I hear you, and I appreciate your insight.
That's a good point. What was Russ's completion percentage?
I'll look it up.
Completion?
And you got to think Russ has
more bathrooms in his house than he did tuds.
No, he beat it. He beat it.
Here's the thing. I'm willing to put him in a C tier. I don't know if I'm willing to say that he's better than Russ right now, just because of what Russ
Russ
has
had
done, you know,
64%
that he has
completion.
the potential to do.
You know, Kenny actually just kind of reminds me of it. He's like Derek Carr 2.0.
Yeah, I can see that. I was just thinking if I was looking around a little bit at your graphic, I would maybe stick him around like if you don't like him at between that Jimmy G Russell Wilson spot, I could see him going between like Russ and Derek Carr.
I think that's a good spot. He's Derek Carr 2.0 and he's younger.
I think so
I'm
too.
also being swayed as a Steelers fan and knowing that I guess not knowing, but wanting to believe that Kenny's got a big upside and he had a nice first season. I think as a rookie, he had a good first year, and the general buzz in the Steelers community is that kind of he's the guy, he's the dude.
Well, thank you for the insight.
Absolutely.
I knew we had to call you. I was like, I know a guy.
For sure, dude. So is this gonna air? This is gonna air then?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang, that's sick, dude.
Sweet.
Look at this guy. He ended up on the show.
On the show. This is sweet.
Sweet.
Happy to be here. Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you for your insight as the Steelers fan. Appreciate it.
Look at that.
All right, so it's settled.
I think that's right. Right.
He's
That
the
feels
C
right.
tier.
I would not put him above Derek Carr. Or
I think
Derek Carr
not
threw more
above
than
Russ.
10 touchdowns.
He's got more
Russell
upside.
Wilson
He's
threw-
got more upside.
How about
Russell
this?
Wilson, but Russell
How about just
Russell
below
Wilson's
Derek
a
Carr?
former
Did you
Super
get
Bowl
Carr?
winner. And honestly, I'd put Jordan Love above him. Jordan Love just has nothing to go, but
No.
Kenny Pickett had a
Jordan
bad year.
Love
How
has
can you guys
a
put somebody that
middle
threw
of
7
between.
touchdowns in a C tier?
In Matt Canada's offense, though, in that like terrible Steelers play calling.
Let's meet
He
in
had
the
a-
middle. Put him in
He had a
between
good
Derek Carr
offense that he
and
could
Jordan
do nothing
Love.
with.
Guys, we still have a lot of QBs to go through, and we've gone on for quite a while. So
I think a lot of
We
these
gotta
ones
put
are
this
kind
in
of
the middle.
knowing where we're going.
if you guys are fine with this, I'm taking these.
Yeah, take him
rookies.
out.
We don't need them. They just.
I
won't
put
be a
Matt
part of the team.
Stafford at the bottom of, kind of near the bottom of C tier. He's coming off an injury. The NFL is a changing game, and he plays an old style of it.
Probably better than
Jordan Love. Yeah.
Love.
Baker Mayfield had a better season last year for the time they played, and they played a very similar amount of time.
Yeah, true. I mean, tough to say. Tough to say what's going to happen next year, though. You know,
Okay, Tannehill.
Fine
I
with
put him
this.
in between Jimmy G and Danny Dimes.
Really,
That
Yeah.
high?
I was going to put him like bottom of C. Honestly, I
Yeah.
was thinking about D tier. I think he's on his way out.
Yeah.
He's a better QB though, and he can offer more than I think we have than a few of the guys at the bottom of C tier already.
How about this? Right in the middle.
I'd put him above Russ. He had a better season than Russ did, and he's younger.
What about for the future, though?
We just agreed that Russ doesn't really have a future.
I don't think he does either.
I think he has a little bit longer of one,
Sure,
even
I'm
though it
fine.
may be a season or two.
What? I mean, yeah.
He's so insignificant at this point that it barely matters.
Most of the
Right.
QBs
I
in
think
C
Russ,
tier
at
are.
least, Russ has one more season left in him. I don't know if Tannehill plays all of next year.
Yeah, I think Tannehill might get benched.
Yeah,
But
I think
we'll-
that's way too high, but it
we'll
doesn't
see what
really
happens.
matter.
No, like again, once it gets down to here, like he's still by far in the bottom half. Like, and it doesn't really matter. It's marginal on
Yeah.
these things, you know.
All right, T-Law.
I don't know if this is a hot take. I think he's an A.
I put
That's
him
a
at
hot
top of B. Top of B. He's almost an A.
What do you think, Carrie?
Better than Kyler? No, I'd put him right between Kyler and Dak.
Wow,
I think he's
okay,
better
so
than
you-
Kirk. I
Not
think
a
he has
better
more
passer than
upside.
Kirk.
I think he has more upside than Kirk. I agree with you, Mikey. I think he's right on the verge of A tier.
No.
And
I
that's-
think with that being said, I think we have to put him at the top of B. He's
I
better
think
than
he's
Kirk.
almost at A. If he had a better team, I'd put him at A. And I think that's literally what's holding him back
I
is just the
feel so
talent around
wrong.
him.
I feel like I'm like cheating on my significant other.
I feel like I think he will climb into that A tier. He
I
could be
agree.
a top
I
5
agree.
next year. I think that's entirely possible.
All right, whatever.
All right. What about Trey?
Trey.
In the very little that we have seen him.
I put him in between Jordan Love and Baker.
I put him
No, right
above,
between Baker and
honestly,
Taylor.
I put him kind of like I said, I put all whoever the QB for 49ers was in B. So I feel like you got to put him and Brock Purdy hand in hand because I think whoever's getting that starting job is just going to be able to succeed.
Again,
I
it's
put
so
Brock Purdy
marginal when
higher.
you go here.
But
He
I feel
could
like
go here.
We don't know anything about Trey
He
yet.
could go here. He could go there.
Oh,
Is he better than Mac Jones? Let's stop here. Is he better than Mac Jones in the middle?
I think he has more upside.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. I think right there is perfect.
Yep. I mean, and again, that goes back to that debate that they were kind of having at the start of the season. Well, with Trey Lance down and Jimmy G is playing well, what do you do?
Okay.
They go with Brock Purdy. That's what they do.
Tua in between Geno and Jalen Hurts.
Brock? Oh, okay. I had him a little bit higher, but I mean, that's fine. It wasn't much higher.
Better runner than Geno. About the
But
same
he
passer.
took a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that feels right.
I think that's fine. I'm fine with that. Deshaun, I don't even.
I hate to do it, but he's a B tier. Just because we know if we're just going strictly off gameplay and not how we actually feel about the person, he has potential of being one of the better at the position. He's got mobility. He's got the cannon.
He had plenty of time last year, and I feel like he just didn't prove anything.
Well, you're right, but he also was on a really weird team last year that was going through a really weird transition.
I'd say bottom of B or just behind Danny Dimes.
I would put him above. He's better than Justin Fields at QB. That's not a question. We know he's better than Justin Fields at QB. He literally was an MVP candidate multiple times at the beginning of his career. Yeah, and he's a bad person, but I put him right behind Tua. He's better than Geno. He's better than Justin Fields. He was arguably before all the information came out, he was a top 3 QB. Before all the information came out, he was a top 3 QB.
I mean, I think that was generous, but yeah, he was. I mean,
yeah. All right, Carson, put him right behind Andy Dalton.
Yeah, that's
just because he's young. He's not as old as Matt Ryan, but he's not better than Andy Dalton.
And can we all agree that Zach Wilson gets to the bottom?
He can be the very last one.
Whoa, where's what was it? Was it Jack White? Who was the
Mike White.
Mike White's not on this list.
He's not a starter for any team. I believe where did he go? He's not on the
Oh, you're right. He left.
He's not on the Jets anymore. Let's see.
Chicago?
Mike White. No, not Mike White, the filmmaker. Mike White, the QB. Who does he play for? He plays for the Dolphins now.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm.
Great backup. So, better backup than Teddy.
What do we think? Are we good with this list? Like, I think
we're good with the list and the rankings.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there's obviously going to be a few things, but like, not bad.
I think we did Tua a little dirty. I think Tua is a player that got done a little dirty. I think he could potentially be higher, but
yeah.
Put him in between Dak and Jared Goff.
Yeah. I like that too.
I agree.
That's exactly who I was looking at. I'm like, well, is he really worse than both of those guys? I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. And also, we might be putting Kirk a spot or two higher than what he probably should be. But
really, I'm looking at Kirk and A-Rod in 2023.
I mean,
A-Rod, he's got a new system.
A little higher than he should be, but
I think we put A-Rod way too high. I think
he was an MVP candidate not last year, but the year before, and now he actually has some options. I don't want to judge him off of the last year when that probably we can all agree was the worst Packer team he ever played on.
But I guess also he is not on the Jets yet.
No, not yet, but it's almost in stone. And he still almost made the playoffs last year, playing like what I said on the worst Packers team probably he's ever played on. He was one game away from the playoffs. Yeah, but we agree. The Lions are now a threat, and the Lions honestly could win the division this year.
Let's not put that out into the universe, even though it might be true. But, hey, this was cool. Anything else you guys want to do? Because this was pretty much our main thing today.
Yeah. No, I mean, and this looks great. So for the listeners, I'm just going to rattle them off. Ready? S tier. We got Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. A tier. Sitting at the top, we have Josh Allen, followed by Lamar, Justin Herbert, and Aaron Rodgers. Moving into B tier, we've got Trevor Lawrence and then Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, Dak, Tua, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Deshaun, Geno Smith, Justin Fields. Moving into C tier, we have Danny Derps, Daniel Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo, Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, Kenny Pickett, sorry Gunner, Matt Stafford, Jordan Love, Baker, and Taylor Heineke. Moving down into D tier, down at the bottom, we've got Andy Dalton, the Redhead Rocket, and then Carson, Matt Ryan, Sam Darnold, Davis Mills, Desmond Ridder, and then just a bunch of second-year quarterbacks that haven't played yet. Desmond Ridder, Kyle Trask, Sam Howell, Matt Corral. And then at the bottom in F tier, we have Zach Wilson.
Never forget when Zach Wilson, his offense averaged what, like 0.3 inches a play in a half against the Patriots?
And he was supposed to be an athlete, like Deshaun Watson level, like legs and athleticism, or like Russell Wilson. He was going to be able to run. That was the selling point. He was going to run. He was going to be
went second overall. Second overall. What a waste.
Who was the other QB in that?
Trevor Lawrence went number 1.
But then after that, who? Mac Jones, right?
Trevor, yeah. Well, the
No,
next
Justin
one
Fields went before
Trey
Mac
Lance.
Jones.
Trey Lance went 3.
Yeah.
And then Justin Fields, I think, went 7 overall or 9, something like that.
It was the pick. I think it was the pick before we were going to have a pick, and then we traded back.
Yeah, so early, whatever the case. It was early, and then Mac Jones went something like 25th. Well, cool. Anything else that you guys want to add before we wrap this up?
I think this looks great.
Yeah. I think so too. Well then.
I think maybe next thing would maybe be a draft recap or draft preview, draft recap, something about the draft, I presume.
Yeah, unless any major news pops up, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that when it gets there. But I guess, until then, we will see you later.
Bye.
So long. Thanks for listening.
Later. And welcome to the season 3 after show. We made it. We're still doing it.
I thought we were going to rip. I thought the whole show was going to get called off in the middle of the who was the one we spent the most time on there?
Justin Fields.
I get so angry about Justin Fields.
I knew that one was going to cause a strife because, Austin, you and I have talked about this many times.
He's not good. He can run, but he's playing QB. You can't tell me he can throw the ball because he really can't. Maybe he has a couple completions for deep passes. My whole problem with him is he throws like one deep pass and it connects, and then the broadcasters are like, well, there it is. His arm's developing. Like, no, he missed the first 3 deep balls he threw.
If you watch, okay, you know what? No, I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to talk about Justin Fields anymore. We're done.
What if he was on Philly?
We're done talking about Justin Fields.
Jalen Hurts can throw.
This is the after show, okay? That is not what this is for.
You
We
brought
can
it
come
up.
back again some other time, and we can have a whole show talking about Justin Fields if you want to.
We can do it after week 1. Week 1, Justin Fields overreaction. We don't even talk about the Vikings.
This
He
is
threw
our
90
year
yards
for
today.
Justin Fields show. Nice glasses, Carrie.
Hey,
What are you eating? Is that a taco? A burrito?
it's a flatbread pizza, and I just folded it on itself.
Ooh. Seems
You
good.
look so cool.
Yeah. You're like
Right,
You
Well,
look like you'd be in like a world poker competition.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
You look like you'd be in like a world poker competition.
That's pretty sick, man.
Except I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I gotta take them off. What's up, guys? What's going on?
Well, Austin's in a show.
Yeah. I haven't had rehearsal this week. But yeah, that's been taking up some time. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
How about you, Carrie? Every time I go to work, I usually drive by. There's a couple of Schmidt's music places down here in the cities. Always makes me think of you.
Where at?
Don't ask me that question. I don't know. Every
Virginia,
once in a while, I think there's
Boca?
one kind of like down by Bloomington or Edina area.
Bloomington is our headquarters store. That's the new flagship store.
Yep, I drive by that every once in a while.
If I'm ever in a classroom, like a band room or something like that, and I see Schmidt music stuff, I think of you too, Carrie.
That's awesome, guys. Yeah, I'm applying for jobs right now.
Oh, really?
Teaching jobs.
Oh, sick.
Ooh. In Fargo?
Yep.
Mr. Armagost.
I was working at the store today, right before I got here, and kids from the school taught like came in. I guess they're just like messing around after school, whatever.
Just had some major audio issues for you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Good now?
Good now. Just
Unclear.
repeat
Okay.
The last thing you said.
Some kids from the school I student taught at like came in, and I could tell it was just like after school messing around, like like we used to do, where it's like you just go places and you're not there to do anything as an active member of society.
Yeah.
You're just kind of there, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Armagost, freaking out."
That's fun.
I told Mikey this the other day. I was at Target and I bumped into, do you remember Mr. Barthel? Oh, never mind then.
Teacher.
He was like a substitute teacher who would come every once in a while, and I like totally made it awkward. I walked up next to him. I was like, Mr. Barthel, and he just looked so shook that some strange man was coming up to talk to him, and I was like, he's the substitute for me.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
Had to say hi. I get it.
Yeah, and then I literally walked away. I was like, well, you have a nice day.
You used to sub for me. Have a nice day. Breathing heavily.
Hello, sir.
Mr. Barthel, is that you?
Yeah. That's good. I'm not looking forward to that being a possibility in my life. If like 15 years down the line, some kids are like, Mr. K,
Might happen.
you subbed for my class. I mean, it might happen. I guess I can't say I shouldn't say I'm not looking forward to it, but like, I don't know. That might be in a long time. So who knows how I'll feel then.
That's funny.
I might have some Fruity Pebbles for dinner.
Are you
Go
kidding
do
me?
that.
That's gonna be your dinner?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. It
Where's
sounds
the protein in that?
in the milk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds pretty good. We've got
Yeah.
milk. We've got Fruity
I'm just
Pebbles.
thinking more like late night snack, not dinner.
Well, maybe. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just hungry for it. That's all I know. I don't know. Don't know exactly.
I've never had
what-
those. Are those ones that turn the milk an interesting color or no?
Yeah, they turn it kind of like a pinkish grayish color. You've never had Fruity Pebbles?
I know I've had them, but it was not one that I ever really liked as a child.
What cereals did you have growing up as a kid, Carrie?
Raisin Bran.
At my grandma's house, yeah, Raisin Bran.
Raisin
But,
Bran slaps. As you
it's
get
so
older,
good.
you realize it's the best.
Pretty good. But as a child, I think my favorites were probably Lucky Charms. I always wanted my mom to get like Cookie Crisp, and the ones that
Yeah.
it's just like that should not be a cereal. That's
No.
just like a
Responsible parents did not buy their kids Cookie Crisp.
or like s'mores.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or I one time had like the Oreo cereal.
Yeah.
One time. It was very good. It was life-changing.
I have a hot take. I hate mini wheats.
Really?
Like
the
I never really liked
frosted
them either. I gave them
I
many
don't.
chances.
They're just
but I
too
don't like
big. I don't
I
like how they.
love frosted mini wheats.
And then also my problem with it is like it's hard. Like if you fill the bowl up and then pour water on it, it's hard to like get a good spoonful because the chunks are so big. You're like stabbing into rocks, and then if it takes too long to eat it, they get soggy, and I can't do it.
Wait a minute. Do you pour water on your cereal?
No, did I say water? I meant milk. Sorry.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, but yeah, it's just
Thank God.
No wonder they're
Oh,
bad.
Could you
can't do
imagine
mini
that? Like a
wheats.
bunch of murky water, and it's like frosted mini wheats.
Like murky, lightly sugared water. Like this is really not very good. I don't know why people like it.
Like the Great Depression.
But no, yeah, mini wheats. Just I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
I get it. I do think that they're very big, and I don't like that you can only have one. What if they were like, don't they have like mini wheats? Would that be more appealing?
No, I'm not there for it.
That's okay.
I'm like
Well, I
a
mean,
Honey Nut
bacon.
Cheerios kind of guy.
Honey
Nut
Golden
Cheerios are
Graham.
great.
The ones that are that weird little shape. You know what I'm talking about? Honey Puffs, Golden Puffs.
Oh, yeah. Those
I
are
like
good.
those. Those
Or
were my
what's-
favorite as a kid. My favorite now.
What's the one with the frog on it? It's like
That's the
Bigums or what?
That's the one. Honey Puffs, Golden Puff, or
No, there is. That is one, but it's not the puffs. It's almost look like kind of like peanuts, but they're not peanuts.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
No, I know which ones you're talking about, but they're not as like fluffy. They're like more compact and have like a crunch to them.
Are you talking about Captain Crunch?
No, I'm gonna just look up a picture of it.
Because Captain Crunch is also very good.
Roof of your mouth, dude.
It's worth it, man.
Austin,
Honey
I guarantee you were
Smacks.
talking about the same
Honey
cereal.
Smacks is what I was looking for.
Yeah. Same
The-
thing. I had the off-brand. It was Golden Puffs.
You know, it's a cereal that I never really liked. Kix.
Yeah, no, neither did I. Honestly,
know
they
it was
taste
like-
better to eat them without milk than they do with milk.
Yeah.
I didn't like Crave. The Burrs always had that at their household. I thought it was too much.
I don't
It's
care
like
for
too
Crave
sweet.
either.
Never.
It's a
never
lot
really
going
liked
on. It's a lot going on there.
It. Oh, you
That
know
one
what
has,
was
like,
always at the Burrs house though? What was always at
Chocolate on
Burr
the
house?
inside, right?
Yeah, it's truffly sort of.
Okay.
You know what was always at the Burr house though? I think we all know.
Mhm.
They always had a fresh bowl of Reese's Puffs ready to go at all times.
I do like Reese's Puffs.
I do too.
They've always been good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Or-
you guys ever have corn pops?
Yeah. That's kind of what the cereal I was talking about is.
Yeah,
Isn't
like
that
they're,
Kix, though?
no, corn pops are like they're like coated in a hard layer of
Oh.
like sugar.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
kernels
that's
of corn.
exactly what the
almost.
ones I liked were. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like corn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But again, Raisin Bran.
But
It's
we
nice.
can't forget Frosted Flakes.
Ooh, yeah.
Mid.
No. Cornflakes are mid.
I always crave them. I'm like, ooh, Frosted Flakes. And then I have one bowl and I go, this was a mistake. Why did I buy this?
But I think the GOAT is Captain Crunch. Anything Captain Crunch is.
I think
What about
Captain
the roof of your
Crunch-
mouth, dude?
That never happens to me. I've heard that, but I've never had that problem with Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch
hurt.
Crunch berries are also good, but I think the original Captain Crunch takes it for me.
What about Oops All Berries?
I may as well just have Tricks if I'm gonna have.
What about
that.
Rice
Ooh.
Krispies fans? Rice Krispies?
No,
Yeah, not really. Tricks are a little too artificial for me.
My
That's like my
grandma
one
used to
problem.
put a little bit of sugar on the Rice Krispies and then put a couple strawberries in there.
see that's an interesting thing. I didn't know that people added sugar to their cereal. I never did, and that's why I didn't like those types of cereals like Kix or just regular Cheerios or Rice Krispies. I had my cereal already sugary. We didn't
Yeah.
add. I liked the peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Hey,
My
Mikey,
mom
do you
liked
just
Apple Jacks.
Mikey, do you just want to pop the tier list up and we'll start throwing out some cereals?
Next time.
Alrighty, folks. Well, we're getting to that 1.5 hour mark. We better.
We really are. It has come quickly.
We got
So
the video
good.
thing down, though, I feel like. Video, we got it.
Yeah.
No, typically, yeah, we've been knocking them down, keeping them around an hour.
I will say that it takes a lot longer to upload.
Well, I can imagine, yeah, because there's a video now.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is it's a little bit more work, but hey, it's worth it.
Looks better.
Yeah, it does. Looks at all.
True.
All right, guys. I think we only have one thing left to say.
What would that be, Michael?
Skull.
Skull.